So based off of what you were talking about on day one.
Principle. So we were just doing kata and you said, well, I was thinking about the applications. I got to be honest, sometimes I'll think about applications, but sometimes I don't think about applications. I think, am I in balance? Am I generating power? Right? Am I in frame? Are my body mechanics correct? Those things all have, at the principle basic level, martial applications. Right? It's not an application, but it's martial applications.
Okay.
That's the difference between a principle and a
right.
So a lot of times I don't let my head get wrapped around, am I doing this to somebody or am I doing this to somebody? Sometimes I might. That's another way to think about it. But we talked about kuzushi. So I thought I'd take 2 minutes. So first of all, truth in advertising, I'm not a judo expert. Judo guys can talk about kuzushi like it's a science. I'm not that guy, okay? Although I have trained in judo formally. So I'll just offer that, but I do not suggest that I'm an expert. But if you stand like this, simply said, kuzusu means to break down or to erode or to carve away, kuzusu, okay? It's found in your kata, in your stances. Zenkutsu dachi means breaking forward, breaking down forward, right? Kokutsu dachi means breaking down backwards. So kuzusu is that idea of collapsing, breaking down. Okay, so we're going to try to collapse your balance here. We're built to have a base. Our hips sit on top of that base, and our shoulders sit on top of that. So basically we have 3 floors, 3 frames that are held up by our structure. And of course we have body weight, and that body weight rests, the center of that body weight, the center of mass, rests down around in here somewhere. So in order for me to off balance, or kuzusu, what I need to do, you've got a bit of a donut around you, okay? If I can keep your base here, and then move your center of gravity over that donut, right now you're off balance. So this is kuzushi. I've now gained kuzushi, right? That's it. If I step too far out, then you're just going to regain your balance, right? So now your base has changed, your center of gravity's changed, everything's changed, right? So if you step out this way, now things are different, right? Well, for now, we're just going to assume here. Okay, so there's a couple things I can do. One is I can cause you moving this way to come up over your center of gravity, so now you're off balance. I can do the same thing by moving you this way, okay? I can do the same thing by moving you this way, right? And so all these things. Now, so that's basic off balancing, but people are made to resist that. We're made to stay upright, right? So the second I do this, you're going to adjust. You're going to step back. Just unroot your feet. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So the idea of kuzushi is that I create a situation where you can no longer recenter your center of gravity over your base. But I got to move your center of gravity. So in judo or in other throwing techniques, generally the way I do that is I position my body in a way that I can begin to offset your balance, right? And then place something underneath your center of gravity. Here, or here, right? Or here, okay? So now, what we've done is created an off-balancing, right? And then once this leg, go ahead and move with me. Once this leg now is up here, you're on one leg. And if I remove, if I have you on one thing, I tilt it, and then I remove that thing, you fall. So generally, when we look at this, where we position our body is important. How we then manipulate your weight is important. A couple things I can do. I can either create lift, okay? Because right now you move forward a little bit, but you're off balance, okay? I can lift. So in other words, I can reduce your weight, bring you up. You have a hard time responding to that. But the other thing we can do is create weight. When I create weight, now you're going to do something to counter that. Or I can create weight here and then lift here. And now all of a sudden I have an off-balancing. So just to use judo techniques here, so don't worry about the karate applications, but if I'm going to do something like a seoi nage, right? I might come in here, lift this weight, and Josh is working with me here, lift this weight here, and then I'm going to enter here. Now, if I'm here, where's your center of gravity? It's up high. And now, can I move your center of gravity?
You can.
No, I can't. Because it's leaning against me. Because I'm leaning. I am preventing this.
Okay.
I need to be here because I've got to get you here in order to create that kuzushi. Okay? So a lot of times we could love to come in here and we're right here, but I can't do anything. Yeah. So to create kuzushi, I need to create a space, right? And if I'm here, I can do it. But if I'm here, I can't do it, right? So that's one way. The other thing is I can drop, lift. Now step away from me. Step away. Now come back. Right? So maybe the weight, now you can't replicate this in kata, right? But the weight here is here. The weight here is here. Okay? And then from here, I can hook. And now I create the balance here and then drive this way. So I've got this pushing, pushing, pulling, and then of course you remove the base. Same thing if I come to the stand just normal, open up a little bit. Same thing if I come here and I go like this, pull, push, and then I'm going to actually sweep this way. And you're going to fall that way. Okay? So this is in kata all over the place. We can see it when we go in pinyan. We have this motion where we go here.
Yeah, pinyan sandan.
Right? Just about anything where you turn 270 degrees. Right? Where you have this posture or this expanding posture, you know, we have this lifting and expanding. Now I'm not saying that's the application. I'm just saying you have that posture in your kata, right? You can also see it where we have these pushing and pulling motions, right? Where we come in here, we push, pull, and we have this off-balancing effect. So if Josh is in here and he's got a foot forward, say he's got this foot forward, and I step in here, push and pull, right? And then now here I have kuzushi, right? So the kuzushi's in there. The trick is to make sure we know how to position our body relative to our opponent, because that's the only thing that matters, right? We can have the form all day long, but all of this has to adjust based on how you're standing, where you're standing. And then, of course, it's an understanding of how his body moves. Kata provides us the foundation for that, to understand it, to think about some of those, I love this, techniques, right? When we see those motions, I think we can see principles of off-balancing in there, but we do have to kind of get in front of a partner to see those principles in action. That's a principle, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, good.